Okay, so sit straight, all of y'all. It's an even day, so you may choose your favorite crossing. Roll the thighs out, move the buttock flesh away. So one of the things that, this Abby 7-day workshop was life-changing for me. But one of the things she talked about with this technology platform that we have now with our teaching is that you are forward focused. You are like, we want to be looking at the screen. So I would like for you to pretend that the screen is not there and to deliberately, take your head back over the base of the spine. It's instead of doing this, right, we need to go back, roll the shoulders back, have a good lift to these low back and pelvic muscles. Feel your tailbone actually descending as you ascend yourself upwards, those lower base muscles, lower base, this is your base, lower back, lower pelvic band, ascend those upwards. Widen and soften your collarbones. Keep all that as you bring your hands to your heart. Close your eyes completely. And have that inwardliness, right? We're supposed to be not so worldly when we are in our yoga practice, or even when we are fortunate enough to become yogis. We're supposed to have this inwardliness instead of being of the world, because as we can be in the world but not be worldly. We have to become inwardly. And I'm not saying inward like a direction, I'm saying the world. Keep your eyelids down, swallow your saliva, and let your throat be wet. Take off your glasses if you have them. Have that inwardliness. Quiet, steady inwardliness. Follow along or just listen. Oh. 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 Bow your heads down. Release your hands on your legs and slowly lift back and open your eyes. I'm going to turn sideways to show you, but you hopefully have your long belt. You're sitting in like you're preparing for Adho Mukha Virasana. You take that long belt that is not looped, or you've got two belts together. You put the middle of it across the sacrum and the tailbone, not way up here by the waist, but low, okay? You take it through the legs, under the legs. I'll give you some time to get there. Okay, so what the strap is doing is rolling the thighs down And you will now use your hands to pull the groins back and to keep them back. So what's nice, you can lift up just a little bit and pull back. See, I'm strongly pulling back, and then I'm sitting the strap down on the top of my heels. All right, so now when I start to go forward, I pull, and I'm taking the groins away, out to the side, spreading the groins out to the side, and taking the trunk forward. So you keep pulling, you can see that my muscles on my arms, I'm pulling the arms forward. Now, if you do not reach the floor comfortably, use the bolster, use some support that you might have here. So this is certainly one option. Okay, then eventually I have to say, okay, groins away, groins soft, and then I'm just turning to the camera so that you can hear me. So then I take my arms forward and head down. And go a little bit wider with your arms than you might normally go. Give some space to the shoulders, the collarbones. So you have to go down pulling. Go down pulling, look forward. You should feel some of the side ribs resting. Eventually, they will rest on your thighs. And Kathy Lindauer, I cannot see you at all, but maybe when we do other things, I'll be able to, not sure. Kathy Beckman, you're fine. Okay. All right, are your groins quiet and are they away? Groins away from the midline. Soft. Soften those groins completely. All right. If I'm doing back bends, this is a must for me in my practice. The groins just get tight. We need to really open up the groins in the back bends. Okay, now inhale and come up slowly. Remove your belt. Take a blanket or a towel, whatever you might have there. Roll it. I'm rolling it the long way. Doesn't really matter, but I'm rolling it the long way like that. And just for a moment, I'm just going to leave it at my side. So you can see me, I'm going to put it here. And I'm just going to lie flat, like Supta Tadasana. Even I'm just lying. I'm not doing much of anything. But I want you to notice and feel this pelvic lower groin area. Just for a moment, just be quiet. Don't do anything with your legs. Just let them do whatever they do, almost like Shavasana. And just feel this pelvic area. Okay. Now, you take that rolled blanket and you're going to put it underneath the tailbone and sacrum. So watch. Okay, now I'm going to feel this pelvic opening some more. Just let the legs go. And now feel this opening across the lower pelvic area. Don't have to do much with your arms. You can keep the shoulders tucked under the shoulder blades, moving toward the waist. the pelvis moving away from the legs. So you just feel this opening. So back bends open up the anterior spine, the front of the spine. So this is just a nice soft way to get ready for your back bends, to feel that opening. Find out what happens maybe if you want to work a little bit and extend the legs away from the pelvis. You might feel a little bit more deeper opening in that lower pelvic area. But it's very gentle compared to what we're going to do later. Okay, now you got that. All right, now remember your strap, and it can be that same long strap, or I'm going to go this way, a regular strap. So Vajrasana, so knees together, feet together. You'll come up and put the belt just beyond the patella. See that? So really, if you look at Gurji I should have the book out and show you actually the page. I will. So just be in Vajrasana there while I find it. 120. I already had it open this morning. So you see him on page 122. I could show. This one. See how long his arms are? This is what we're doing. But most of us, we don't have that length of the arm quite. So we're really just using the strap as an extension of the arm. Okay, so it's not about the arms working, and it's not about the head going back. In his pose, he's actually doing just chin lock. But we're going to work on, I want you to think about lifting the pelvis off the legs. And I want you to come up from the hip crease, from the fold at the top of the hips. You're coming just straight up. So you have to lift the abdomen off the pelvis, the chest off the abdomen, and take all this up. So it looks something like this. See how up I'm going? I'm lifting the lower base muscles up, 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 up. And I'm using the strap to pull to help me lift. And then my head just goes back a little bit. But I'm lifting those muscles up, up, up. Lower base muscles off the legs. Lower abdomen off the legs. Chest off the lower abdomen. And head back. So don't think about go up. Don't think about going back so much, go up. How's everybody doing? You can take a break and then try it again if you didn't get it. Pull with the arms, but don't be too terribly strong with the arms. Kathy Lindauer, I can't see you at all. Can you lower your strap? I mean, if you want help, if not, you're fine. Yeah, lift your pelvis up, then lift your abdomen off your pelvis, your chest off your abdomen, and go up with those side muscles. You should feel your paraspinal muscles working in this pose, your back muscles, the muscles that are right along inside the spine. Okay. Fun stuff, huh? Oops. All right, stand up, release from that and stand up, go back to regular. We're gonna do a little bit of Ardha Gomukhasana. See, it's not so important for you to see my feet. So I'm not mirroring, we're doing this together. Your left arm comes behind. And I'm prying this shoulder back. So you saw this, I'm taking the hand around to the bicep and I'm just moving that armpit chest back. So do it a few times. Oof. Go back, move that shoulder back. Look straight ahead as if you're doing Tadasana. I should see some movement, both with the left shoulder and the right arm. Move that left shoulder back with the help of the right. Yeah, bend and go back. Try not to look down, look straight ahead. Okay. All right, other side. Right arm from behind. Holds the left bicep. And then go back. So I'm rolling back, rolling back. You should also feel the right shoulder blade move into the body and closer to the spine. Maybe 10 times. And if you're stiff in Gomukhasana, 20 times. And Avi said this because she got asked. She said, what if you have a side that you can grab both hands in Gomukhasana, but the other side you can't? She said, you should do the side that you can't twice as long or twice as many times. So I'm hoping that these classes are helping you to develop your home practice and to know what to do. All right, so we had the left arm from behind first. So it's going back and I'm just gonna ratchet it up there and I'm gonna wait until I can get my fingers on my 7C vertebra and roll that shoulder back. Then my right arm goes up and I take hold of as many fingers as I can. And I move that left shoulder back and reach from the right armpit chest up towards the right elbow. I've already done this today. Try not to look down, look straight ahead. So if you've never practiced with a mirror, it's a good thing to do every now and then to see if you're even. So try to make your shoulders more level. So you have to, yes, so the left shoulder is down a little bit too much. Yeah.
Our address, 5306.
Okay. All right. And then release. Don't shake the hands, but just reach the fingers down for Tadasana. Shoulders back, thighs back. Okay, then the right arm comes from behind. Ratchet it. As you ratchet it, draw that shoulder, that armpit, chest back. You can use the pressing of the hand, right? This is my right hand, your right hand. Press it into your back more to move that shoulder back. Okay, now it's touching my C7, and then the left arm goes up. Hold as many fingers as possible. Keep moving that right shoulder back. This is an everyday pose. I told Jonathan that I would do a little, I told him I'd do it for free, but I don't think he believed me. A workshop on my everyday poses. This is one of them. If you're interested in that, tell him. All right. All right, release that. Interlace your palms. Turn them away. Put the back of your hand on the top of your head. Turn sideways. So thighs back. Lift your lower base muscles up. And now reach the arms for Baddha Angulyasana. Urdhva Baddha Angulyasana. Careful that the ribs don't poke forward. Keep them back. Abdomen back. Tailbone in and up. Okay, now put them back on your head the same way that you just did. Don't change the interlock yet. Now, try a little movement this time. So go, this is to get the arms further back. So back, try it each time. See, can you get the arms back? Back. Maybe 5 times. Ooh. I feel for you because I've already done this morning. All right, and then release. Tadasana. Interlace the palms, the second crossing of your fingers. Put the back of your hands on top of your head. Maintain the action in the legs, Tadasana. Go up. So first get that length of the body from the lower base muscles, lower back, side body, lift up. Bend at your wrists more. Keep going up. Now put the hands back on top of the head. 5 times. Movement. Move. 3, 4, 5. Your maximum back. Oh. Go up. And then release. Okay, good. Okay, I'm going to show this, I think, just from one of the few times that I'm going to turn around and show you from the back side. I forgot to mention at the beginning of class, it is great if you have a wall today. If you do not have a wall, you'll just do your best, but hopefully my demonstration will show you how much the wall can help you. So the goal is to open up the anterior front of the body, the spine, this way. So we're going to be doing 3 poses with the help of the wall. Oh, put all my blocks away. That's unusual. Hold on. If you have a block or your substitution for a block, you'll put that on the inside of the right foot on this second height. Okay. The right ankle bone stays glued to that block. Okay, and then your back foot, which will be your left, the toes will be at the wall. Just watch here for a moment. Okay, so now I see when I'm in this pose, my left side is closer to the wall than my right. I have to use the wall like a mirror. So oftentimes props are sensory props, and oftentimes they are physical props. So here it's a sensory prop. Okay, the wall, you have to turn the front of your trunk towards the wall as much as possible to be as even to the wall as possible. So watch here. So I'm turning. I'm trying to keep you can see I'm holding onto my door frame here to move these left back ribs in. Okay, now I'm going over and I'm trying to keep that space so this front of the spine stays open. I keep this left ankle bone hugging that brick. This hand is on the wall, and now watch, you're taking neck curvature here. So here, the front of the trunk extends to the wall. Here, front of the trunk to the wall, and now head back. Like the back of my head is trying to go towards the back of my leg. Like neck curvature. All right, you got your spot? So the back toes, the left toes should touch the wall. And your normal space of your triangle pose. And keep your left hand on the wall. And turn your spine on the right side, lower part of the pelvis towards the wall. Bob, keep your elbow bent. Top elbow, yeah, and now turn. Keep your right ankle bone on that wall. Bend at the hip, Kathy L. Bend at the hip. Keep the top elbow bent. So you are really, really close to the wall, right? The front foot is just the width of the brick, and the back toes are touching the wall. So the idea is that the front of the body stays open, especially on that right side, that lower pelvic area. Okay, now inhale and come up, and take your brick over to the left foot. Keep your left ankle bone on that brick, your right toes at the wall. Face the wall. It's a mirror. So you're turning the trunk from the left side back to the right side, keeping it facing the wall as you go over that wall or that leg. So my elbow's quite bent and my hand is just 4 or 5 inches away from my shoulder. And I'm not really using the wall too much to help me turn. As I am, it's more about the wall telling you where your front spine is. How is it facing? Keep it open on that left side. Work on, so some of you I can see, it's difficult to tuck that front buttock under you more, right? Okay, so inhale and come up. Everybody has a strap. We're going to go back to the right side and watch. So here's my loop strap. I'm looping it and I'm going inside to outside, right? And now here I'm reaching around with that strap. So I'm moving the buttock. So the right buttock is going
to the left buttock. And you're trying to stack those buttocks. So some of you, the buttock is sticking way out, right? So the buttock, so for some of you, here's what you should do. Take that strap, reach it through, and pull the buttock under you more. Now watch. I don't know if you can see the difference, but here I am. This is what I'm doing. I'm pulling, I'll show you from the front. I'm pulling the right buttock under me more. But it's important to stay facing that wall. You have to decide what you need. As, you know, developed practitioners of Iyengar yoga, we have to learn to watch ourselves, to become very aware of ourselves and decide what we need. Chaya, I would say you would definitely be one to reach under, yeah, under, and pull that right buttock under you more. And Kathy, is that as much space as you are able to do between the legs? Can you go wider? Kathy L. And maybe after a while, you've got a hold of the belt and you're pulling that buttock under you more. Maybe after a bit you let go and you have the sensitivity still up there, the awareness is still there. This is good for hip stuff. All right, inhale and come up. Now we have to do the left side. So actually that's my osteoporotic hip, my right, and my left hip is not osteoporotic, it's only osteopenia. So it may not need as much help. So now your left foot is lining your block, putting the strap around, inside to outside. So I look at the wall and I try to level at least my chest and my ribs. It's really hard, but try to level your pelvis as you go over. Oh. See, I don't feel like I need to pull underneath as much. How's everybody doing? Hanging in there? Look at the wall because it's your mirror. It's telling you. Or if you don't have the wall, you have something that you can, am I turning that whole left pelvic area towards that wall that's alongside of me? Or that plant or whatever it is. So Chaya, now figure out how you can bend more at that hip crease and take your trunk more parallel to the floor. Okay, guys, we could spend a lot of time on this, but you know, my point is, and during Abby's workshop, she emphasized, you know, use what you have. You know, everybody has a wall. Use what you have and see how you can learn from it. So the wall's a good teacher. Okay, so now Utthita Parshva Konasana, same idea. So I'm bringing the block over to the right side. Lining, and I'm not letting the ankle bone leave that block. Stepping the left leg back. So I bend, and as I bend, I keep the trunk facing the wall. I'm moving the right buttock in. So now I'm just coming with the hand on the inside of the brick
and the top hand on the wall. Turn your whole trunk and now extend the anterior spine towards your head side. The whole front of the spine, from the pubis to the forehead. Don't even complete the pose. See?
Bend deeply in that hip crease and tuck that right buttock under you. Push the right lower pelvic area to the wall, the left hip away from the wall. Come on and bend in the hip, both the Cathys. Bend in the hip. And keep the hand either on the wall with the elbow bent and turn your whole lower pelvic abdomen towards the wall. So Bob, you don't really have to complete the pose. I'd rather have your hand on the wall and turn the chest. Turn the chest. Now, that's better because I see more lower pelvic turning. Now extend the whole spine towards your head side. Make your anterior spine, the front of your trunk, longer. Reach head side, pubis to forehead. All right, nice. We'll just do this one time. Left side, come up. Move your block over. Okay, don't be in a hurry to reach the hand down. Bend and dig that left buttock in. Keep your trunk facing the wall. See how much you can keep turning left to right, that lower pelvic area. Okay, then I'm reaching inside of the ankle or the brick. Turn and now reach the trunk, head side. The front of the trunk, the anterior spine. Okay, now I forgot in the previous one, now it's your neck curvature. This is good for neck stuff. So head back, lift your whole anterior spine towards your head. Head back as if your head is going to touch your butt area. So that last bit of the neck curvature is very, very helpful in lengthening the front of the trunk. You have to get the length on the front of the trunk. Can't see some people's heads. So yeah, head curvature, Bob. Head back, head back. Okay. All right, inhale and come up. Okay, so now we're going to do Ardha Chandrasana the same way. Facing the wall. What can the wall teach you? Your right foot is the length of your foot away from the wall. So if I put my right foot like that, then I turn the heel, that's where my foot is. Okay? I need a little bit more space, so here, I turn, okay? I've got the brick there, tall brick, plant the hand here. Left toes on the wall. Then I turn that right side of the lower pelvic towards the wall. Okay, now neck curvature, watch. We must learn to launch our Ardha Chandrasana from the standing leg groin. So this groin stays back, and from there, I reach the anterior spine, head side. How did you do, or did you do it, or did you could do it with me, or you could watch first? Okay, press the toes into the wall, the lifted toes, the left toes, press them into the wall and help, can that help you? Can that action of those toes pressing into the wall help you lift your left hip up from that launching, that pressing back of the right groin? Turn that right side pelvis towards the wall. Okay, now head back, neck curvature. Lengthen that whole anterior spine towards your head. Lift that left hip bone up. What has the wall taught you? Is your the right side of your pelvis facing the wall? You must be very close to the wall for it to give you that information. Okay, and then come up. Then your left foot is at the wall. I turn the foot out. I bend the knee, take the block away, lift up. Launch your Ardha Chandrasana from that standing leg groin. So the groin stays back, and then the whole front of the trunk comes head side. Anterior spine. Lengthen away from the pelvis. Head back. You can tuck your toes, the right toes that are on the wall. Tuck your toes a little bit. And anterior length of the spine. About the fourth time for me today. Feels great by the fourth time. Yeah. Okay. That's our okay. I think Bob might be the only one with the rope wall. Bob, you should take advantage of it and do your Adho Mukha Svanasana like this. And I know you've done this before, but I'm just showing you how fabulous it is to make your strap kind of long. Okay, this is just for Bob and anybody else who has the rope wall. So did you see how I did that, Bob? So it's on the sacrum. It's rolling my thighs in, my inner thighs, and spreading the groins away. And then come forward, and you're doing your downward dog. So the rest of us are not going to have that advantage. So you have to remember the strap that we did like this, where it rolled those in Adho Mukha Virasana, the first thing we did. It helped you roll the thighs back and the groins away, out, away from each other. Okay, so now take your Adho Mukha Svanasana and roll those groins away from each other. Hips compact. While the groins move away, the hips have to be compact. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Press the palms, reach the anterior spine, that's the front of your spine, up. Lift your chest, lift your ribs, lift your sides of your hips, up towards the ceiling. Hopefully the brains feel some of this freedom. Yeah, you could use a wall too. Is that Karen asking a question?
Yes.
What is it?
Unmute or my computer stutters and I can't hear what you're saying. I can't figure out what you're saying.
Huh, okay.
going in and out.
All right, I'm gonna mute all again and see if that gets any better. Okay. All right, release. Those of you who do Shirshasana, you're gonna take Shirshasana, but we're all gonna do the prep together. We're gonna try, I'm actually gonna time you. We're gonna try 1 minute of prep. Everybody can try this. It's helpful if your heels are at the wall, you have a little bit of support. See, what can you see? Can you see? Yeah. So here's the prep. I interlace my palms, I put the hands down, I put the head in, and I go up. So I'm walking up, and I'm pressing the backs of the thighs back. If this is too much, you can flatten your palms and look up, but move those shoulders away, back. Work on the legs here. The legs have to be very strong in Shirshasana. Okay, are we ready to go? Go. Press the forearms, press the thighs back. Lift your shoulders up and away from the floor, away from your lower arms. You can almost feel a hollowness come into the abdomen. That's okay. That's good. Groins away from each other. There we go, 1 minute. Good, come down. Okay, and now you're going up for Shirshasana for about 2 minutes. If you're not doing Shirshasana, you may do Prasarita Padottanasana. And how I would do Prasarita Padottanasana would be with the hands forward, more Adho Mukha Svanasana type. So this is your choice. If you don't do Shirshasana, do it this way today. Work on that spreading away of the groins. Hips strong, compact, but the groins away from each other. So there's your version for Prasarita. Or if you're in Shirshasana, you're in Shirshasana already at the wall. Won't keep you too long, but I am going to time it. Roll the thighs toward each other, towards the back body, and the groins away from each other. You're at the wall, or most of you are, so you could consider an action that Abby worked on with us a lot during this workshop last week, was that fold at the front of your ankle, hit that back to scrub your heels up the wall. So be kind of firm in that front of the ankle fold without pulling your toes down towards the floor. And have that action, that front of the ankle strongness, strength, have that action, you have one more minute. Have that action lift your hips up. Have that front of the ankle action help you lift your hips up, help you lift your side body up. Watch Marcia, that the calves don't go back too far. Just 30 more seconds there. If you're still in Shirshasana, keep lifting your shoulders up, paraspinal muscles up. Okay, and if you are down, find a bolster or several blankets height of a bolster. I could show both ways and put them vertical on your sticky mat. All right, time to come down if you're in Shirshasana. Do what you have to do to rest yourself from Shirshasana. If it's a neck issue, make sure you extend your chin forward. If it's shoulders, take your arms out to the side. If you have no problems coming down from Shirshasana, you can just rest in Adho Mukha Virasana. Okay. Now,
You can see that this is a bolster.
okay. So it's Supta Swastikasana with the feet on the floor. And we're going to do it a couple different ways to see where you feel the opening in the lower pelvic groin area more. So basically the legs have to move away from the pelvis here, away from the pelvis. So I'm here. And I cross my legs, so I'll take my right leg over my left. That's it. So I feel an opening here, an opening in the groin. I'm trying to reach in a kind of a more relaxed method by just letting them go down, reach my legs away from the pelvis. Abhi said we must learn to bear this pain. I've already done this many times this morning, so mine is much better than it was at 6:30 this morning.
Sheryl, can you show again? I didn't see what your legs were doing.
You can't see?
I didn't see how your legs were crossed.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
So more, at the shins still, like you would if you were seated. And for Bob, it's gonna be way too easy. So for people like Bob, who have really, really open groins, I would suggest that he might do the same and do this with his feet up on the bolster. So the legs, I don't know, you tell me, Bob, or tell yourself which way is better.
Fine.
Okay, I'm gonna be there, you're gonna be there one more minute. Abhi said, in your home practice, try to get used to doing this before back bends, 5 minutes aside. Okay, but now you gotta cross legs again, left leg over. first. I did right leg cross first. Think of your legs reaching away from your pelvis. Let go of the legs. One more minute there on that side. Feel especially that outer thigh reaching towards the outer knee. Okay, now come up. And now watch here. Now you're going to switch your bolster to a horizontal position. I should use a lighter colored bolster, huh? So you can see it better. Because my floor is the same color as my bolster. Okay, so now this goes across the dorsal, and now again. So now right leg is crossed first. This should be deeper. You should feel this deeper in the groins, as opposed to these superficial muscles of the pelvis. If you need head support, take it. You can put some blanket for your head. But otherwise, it's just a gentle Sechi Bandha position where the the back of the neck lengthens towards the back of the head. Ideally, if you had somebody else in the house right now, you'd have them come over and just pull your leg away from your pelvis. I've had it done, and it's a wonderful adjustment. But now, you know, we have to figure out how to do this ourselves. For ourselves, to ourselves. Okay, we're running out of time, unfortunately. So now cross the other way, left leg over. Swastikasana. Let go, keep on letting go of those legs. So the extra lift of the lumbars and the dorsal, you know, moves that further away. It's just start creating that, you know, back arch. And if you've been doing a lot of gardening, this is a great pose. Okay. Lift the legs up and roll to your side. Come on. All right. Just a quick, with the bolster, vertical, a quick Adho Mukha Virasana. So, not sitting on the bolster. Remember, you could have some support. You could have a brick there, right? This is the last part, right? We're getting, we did deep in the groins, we did low, higher up in the pelvis. Now we're doing right there at the thigh crease. Trying to open this up right here at the thigh crease. So this is very comfortable for me. My buttock goes forward. Last bit of opening there. You can take extra height for your head. Keep reaching the thighs away from the pelvis. Pelvis reaching up, going this way, legs the other direction. Actually, while we're here, let's do Urdhva Badangulyasana. Take the hands, reach the arms overhead, and try to pull that thumb side of your hand towards the floor. Can't see me. So I'm pulling and reaching the thumb side towards the floor. Change the crossing. That feels wonderful. Thighs away from the pelvis. Pelvis head side. All right, and release and come up. Okay, everybody has some sort of chair, correct? You can have a dining chair, any sort of chair will work. It doesn't have to be a yoga chair. It's great if it is. If it's just a regular chair, it's probably going to be turned this way. And you're gonna lie across it this way with the back here. If it's a regular chair, So this first chair we created on Dandasana is just neck curvature. So, all your shoulder blades are staying on the chair. I go through the chair. I'm sure you guys can see me. Yeah. So from here, I press on the chair bar and lengthen the anterior spine towards the head side. Pardon me while I get my distracting hair out of the way.
That's a mat on your chair, right?
It is a mat on my chair. It doesn't much matter. It doesn't really matter. Just didn't take the time to change it, but you want to move you, not necessarily the chair. So I'm here, and I pull my elbows close to the chair bar, press on the chair bar. If you don't have a yoga chair, and you're not going through it, you're going through your dining room chair, you're just holding on to the chair seat. Okay, so here I am, and I'm gonna lie down. My buttocks are quite off the chair, and I'm doing neck curvature. So then my hands come here, and I employ those buttocks, and I want to curve a little bit more over, so that there's sort of a rocking action. You see this? I'm rocking. Feels really good on my neck, and I'm feeling these shoulder blades move down my back. This is important. Bobby had us doing this many days of the workshop. You can see this rocking action. So then I figured, can I come to just the top of my shoulder blades? And she wanted us to keep our hands here and
coil that spine in and move the anterior spine in this direction, head side. So I'm just at the very top of my shoulder blades. And it's like I'm trying to take my head under my chair more. My knees are still bent, my thighs are working here. My buttock muscles are working. Okay, then I say, now I go to the middle of my shoulder blades. Hands are still here on the top of the chair bar. I push, and I maybe go to the middle of my shoulder blades. I'm still having my hands here, and now I say, okay, that's what I got, and now I'm gonna try to straighten those legs. And feel that openness here in this lower pelvic area. It should feel really good. So hopefully you rocked a few times, before you straighten your legs, you rocked, and you watch that middle shoulder blades. My hands are still here, and I curl over that edge of the chair. You don't have to straighten the legs. At this point in your practice, you should know what your lower back can handle. If you can, take your arms overhead, just like we just did for when we're going to do Urdhva Baddha Kolasana. So first I just straighten the arms, then I interlace the palms, and I reach that thumb side towards the floor. Should feel really good in the groins. Observe yourself, observe your breath. See that the diaphragm is not hard here. It should not become hard. Make it long and move the diaphragm, the side muscles, sideways. You'll know if it's hard, just try to say something to yourself. Talk. Say, how are you? And if your breath is different, it feels hardened, then you're not ready for it. And maybe you just need to bend your knees. Maybe you need to not come so far to the middle of your shoulder blades, you stay on the top of your shoulder blades. If your voice changes at all, change the interlace of your hands, reach the arms, thumb side towards the floor. Reach the legs away from your trunk. Okay, the last one is to bend the knees and roll to the bottom of your shoulder blades and try to get the hands in Shirshasana. So now I'm at the bottom of my shoulder blades, I reach the arms overhead, hands like Shirshasana. So I press on those forearm bones, pull my chest from back to front, as if I'm trying to still look underneath the chair with my head. My knees stay bent, my buttocks stay lifted, the thighs working. She said, I'll start to come up, you may also. So when you come up, you have to put yourself a little bit more in the chair seat. Head back, elbows, 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 and then hand, and come up. She said during this time of COVID, we should be doing a lot of supported poses. Because it's a stressful time. We should take the support. So we're gonna try one more thing. Those of you, do I have everybody still with me? Is there anybody whose back is paining at this point? No?
All right, so you could stay right there. If your back is paining, you could stay right there and do chair Bardha would be great. Chair Bardha, or you sit in front of your chair in Swastikasana and just go forward. We're gonna try one more thing on the back bends. But if there's any back pain, if there's not, you can just do still chair Bardha or chair seated Parshva Swastikasana. If you're moving on with me and you have no back pain, you can just do the twistings. If you got back pain, just do the forward bend first, and then some gentle twisting, and you can just watch. All right, who's moving on with me? Who wants to try one more back bend? Okay, a few more. So, blankets or bolster? Sorry, blankets and sticky mat on the chair. The chair is about a little bit more than the width of your chair off the away from the wall. And then I'm just gonna put one blanket here. So just watch first. Sit on the chair. Can everybody see me? Is it, put it back to gallery view. Yeah. And if you're done and you're not, you did the Adho Mukha Swastikasana, you did Parshva Swastikasana, you may do Supta Padangusthasana, one for further relief of the lower back. Otherwise, everybody's gonna have to go with this. So I'm here. So I'm doing what I did on the chair. Walk down the wall, okay, and I'm using my legs against that chair, the chair legs to press, and there I am in a pretty nice Urdhva Dhanurasana, assisted Urdhva Dhanurasana. And it's easy to come down. Okay, who's game? Sopo, just do it independently, certainly an option. Hands on the wall, fingers point back towards your feet. Marcia, pretty good. Marissa, try to walk your hands down. Come up on, put your heels up higher on your chair seat. Heels up higher on your chair seat and walk your arms down. Yeah. Use that support of the back of the chair to make the apex of your pose your chest. Lift your chest, Bob. So Bob, you can start straightening your legs more. Start to straighten your legs.
Yeah.
Okay, Sopo, roll your thighs in, come up on your tippy toes. Yeah, walk in, roll the thighs in, compact your hips and move your groins away from each other, Sopo. Yeah, Kathy, elbows in a little bit. Roll the thighs in. Don't go quite so wide with your legs. Nice, child. Walk your hands down, any amount. How'd you do, Karen? Oh, you're going closer to the wall, okay. All right, so I'll show you, just so you can practice on your own. Let me show you what you can work on.
So eventually, I bring my feet down, I try to straighten the legs. Do you see how I'm moving the chair? And then I walk up. Walk up the wall.
Who wants to try that? You don't have to, just repeat the previous pose. Sopa, you want to try to walk up? No, I can't hear you. I'll do.
Can you show that again?
I will.
I was saying that I don't have a chair. My chair, desk chair doesn't really work.
Okay, I'm going to show it two ways.
Okay.
I'm going to show it with and without the chair. Okay.
Question?
One more time with the chair.
Okay, just one question. Well, never mind.
So somehow I gotta get my feet down. Walk up.
Walk up.
One question.
Yes.
Got the feet down, can start to walk up, and then there's that last moment where you have to leave the wall and pick up your back, and trouble with that.
You're getting pain?
No, no pain. It just doesn't feel like I've got my weight over my feet enough to support my back.
Yeah, so I did this a lot at, I don't know, it was 8 o'clock. So I'm not gonna guarantee how good it's gonna go. But so this is the one with, I've got the tall blocks.
Okay.
You see? But it's so leg focused. You have to be really, really strong with your legs. Let's see. All this distracting stuff out of the way. Okay, good view. I hope. My head is touching the wall, so I bring the feet close to the buttocks, toes in. My hands are on the bricks. I go up for Urdhva Dhanurasana. And then I walk in.
Okay.
Now, it's not for everybody, but some of us are further along in our practice than others. We're gonna roll my glasses. And it's fun to explore and try these things. Sopo, you gonna try it?
Trying.
Sopo. So this is what you can aspire to. All right, so lay down, put your hair should graze your wall. Put your hands at the top of the bricks with the fingers pointing down. Oh, but first grab your ankles and bring your feet in close. Yeah, yeah, heels out, toes in. So heels out, toes in, yes. Press that big toe mound down. Okay, now elbows up. Elbows up. Yeah. Okay, now push yourself up. All the way up. Go up. Elbows in. Push hard on those bricks. Yes. Okay, and then one hand to the wall. Oh, okay. All right, that's okay. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me unmute you. Unmute. Yes, ma'am?
So I cannot pull myself up with the straight fingers. So my head I can do it when my hands are
You
out.
can do that, but when you go to the wall, it's harder.
Right, so I get in. I have to work more with the. No.
There's a few things that all of you, in fact, if I do this little workshop that I say everyday poses, I'm gonna mute everybody again so everybody can hear. It should be, hold on. It should be an everyday pose that you guys are working, and it's simply done like this. And this will fix that head shoulder thing. Got your strap. We've done this before. Right? Do this every day, Sopo and everybody. So there's just a lot of extra shoulder stiffness, especially now. We're on the computer, we've got more screen time. We have to use props to work on it. Okay, guys, I have to get you out of this stuff. So here's what I'd like to do. I'd like for your back, let me see. If I could, I'll just do it. No, I'm gonna go this way. So you're facing the screen and you have a little bit of height for Baradvajasana. Baradvajasana. Feet to the left, sit on your right hip. Move that right, roll the right thigh in and spread the back of the right buttock out to the side, to the right side. So you see I'm facing you. And now remember the mirror idea. So this, my wall here that's on my right side, you're gonna turn, so the right hand is gonna go back to the wall. Do you see it back here? And I'm turning that whole, the two sides of my chest, the two sides of my ribs, the two sides of my navel to that side wall. And see how I'm moving this hand back? And turn. This will take any angst out of your lower back from the back bends. Move that hand back and turn. Move that hand back and turn. Turn your chest, turn your ribs, turn your navel, turn, turn, turn. Okay, and release. All you have to do to change sides is to take that blanket over to the left. Sit with your right top of your ankle in your left foot. Move the left buttock and thigh, roll it in and to that side. Start turning, right hand comes to the left knee. Left hand goes behind you to the wall or to the chair or whatever. Turn the navel, turn the right side of your ribs toward the left side, right side of the chest towards the left side. And release. All right, let's just do one quick but good Chatuspadasana. If you know, a lot of the days we were with Abhi, she would say, you know, this is the formal end of the class, and those of you who have to go on, you know, you go on. If you would like to do Salamba Sarvangasana and you have time to do Salamba Sarvangasana, I would highly urge you to do that. It's great after back bends.
You actually feel really open in the groins. There's no struggle in the groins or the legs. But if you have to go, and it's late, that's why I'm lobbying for an hour-and-a-half class if this thing continues onward. Chatuspadasana. Bringing those feet in as close, tucking those shoulders under. Go up. You can do this version where you dig those upper arms and elbows into the floor, lift up more. Just stay a longer hold. Instead of doing 3 times for 30 seconds, do 1 time for a minute. Anybody moving on to Sarvangasana? Yeah, Sopo is good. Ten more seconds makes a minute. Use those buttock muscles and lengthen the lower back away from the waist. Okay, then come down and rest for Shavasana. You can have whatever creature comforts you normally have. Sopo, you stay. Whoever else is doing Sarvangasana wants to stay a little bit can stay. Oftentimes when you're have done some strenuous back bends, it's nice to have support underneath the back of the thighs. So I actually like to take something like this, as easy as that, and put it beyond the back of the thighs. And it really alleviates any of that compaction that may have come into the lower back. See that you're lying in a straight line. Look, take the time to look up, and your feet are together, and then let them fall out to the side. See which one falls out more. That is probably going to be your problem hip. Notice these things about your poses. Relax. Let go, especially, the big muscles of your body, but also the small ones in your face. Feel as though you are melting into the floor. Let your eyelids completely cover your eyes, and the eyelids, the eyeballs themselves feel as though they're moving away from the eyelids. Swallow your saliva again and let your throat be wet. No urge to speak. In fact, no urge to think, because if you try it, you really can't think without, forming some sort of words in your head. So have this inworldliness for your Shavasana. Be quiet inside, letting all the superficial muscles go more towards the floor.
Soften everywhere and just be present with that inworldliness of you, your little world. Not concerned with anything else. No other concerns should enter your brain. Let go. Let your breath become very soft and subtle. When you're lying prone, no part of the body has to work harder than any one other part. So the breath should be even, soft, quiet. When the breath is quiet, the brain is not disturbed. When our respiration is better and more fluid and more even, the mind, our focus, our alertness, if you will, our inner awareness, all this is better. And this is especially important at a time of isolation right now. There's doubt, there's fear, there's terrible amount of negativity in this world. There's factions. Should we open up the city? Should we not open the city? Use this prana, your breath, to infuse yourself with this focus that nothing else matters. Right now, it's just your breath. Let your breath come to this quiet place. When our breath improves, our health improves. And it's not just our health, physical health, it's mental, it's physiological, it's spiritual, it's intellectual. All that will improve. When we learn to stay longer in poses and to be more comfortable in poses, we also will gain more health. Okay, take your time to come up. Roll to the right side. Take your time there. Use a few breaths there on the right side. Keep surrendering that brain towards your heart as you come up. The head is the last thing that comes up. And just a moment of gratitude for each other, for our community, especially for you guys that are keeping the studio alive. For the practice of yoga that does bring us health in so many ways. Namaste. Okay, guys, thank you. Sorry I kept you late. Any questions? Let me unmute everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Michelle.
You're so welcome. I missed you guys. Next week we will do the most amazing. Next week we will do the most amazing restorative and pranayama class ever.
Okay, we are waiting for that. Yeah.
I love the background. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, guys. Have a great rest of your week.
Thank you, Michelle. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.